I have too many books. So let's make Marie Kondo proud and do a brutal unhaul. The problem is I have a really hard time getting rid of books, so I'm bringing you with me for moral support. We are going to get through this together. But why unhaul your books, Kylie? Why not just keep them all? I'm so glad you asked. So I have this dream where someday I'm going to either live abroad or do, 6 months at least of extended travel. And I don't know how I'm gonna make that happen yet, but I want to be ready when that opportunity presents itself. So when that comes, I want to have as few books as possible to stash in a storage unit. So I think how I'm gonna tackle this is I'm going to take every single book in this apartment with an asterisk, pile them up here in the living room, and then sort them. The asterisk is we have one bookshelf that is almost entirely my husband's collection of RPG books. And we are keeping those. Those are special. They are staying. But every other book is going to have to fight for its life to stay in this collection. It is 9:01 a.m. right now. Let's see how long this takes. Just moved over to bookshelf number 1, and I've already found another exception that we're not going to de-shelve. These two right here are the Redwall series by Brian Jakes. And this series has my entire heart. I read probably, I don't know, if there's like 30 books in this series. I read almost all of them from my middle school library. I was rabid. I went through them so quickly. And they're just sweet woodland creatures going on adventures. If you haven't read this series, I highly recommend it. On the other hand, we also have How to Talk to Your Cat About Gun Safety. This one came from my husband's collection, and I'm gonna talk to him about whether it should stay or go. And that's another thing. I think I'm gonna make 3 piles while I'm sorting. I'm gonna do keep, I'm going to do go away, and then ask JC. Because even though we combined our book collections, I'm not just gonna like chuck his books without asking. That would be actually insane. It's been like 5 minutes and I'm already so tired. There's another thing I'm gonna leave on the shelves is most of our manga collection. Our copies of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime or Spy Family. I'm gonna keep these because I know we wanna keep them already. The last thing we need to get are all the books just hanging out in the bedroom because I haven't put them back on the shelves after reading them. Books sorted. I'm so sweaty. This is exactly why I'm purging my book collection. They are too heavy, there's too much, and it's time for some of these books to go on. First, coffee break. Today's mug is gonna be this orange and black skeleton mug, because look, we match. And that brings me so much irrational joy. There's a lot to do. This is gonna sound pretentious, but Treasure Island is genuinely one of my favorite books of all time, and I'm keeping this purely for that emotional connection. Here's where things get interesting. I have this stack of 5 books from the National Geographic Society. You know what? Get a little closer. We're gonna talk about this. I have this stack of 5 books from National Geographic, and I'm gonna put them down because they're so heavy. And I got them at an estate sale for like $10. And I bought them mostly to be a decor piece. I mean, they're beautiful, they're bound, and also they have gorgeous photos and art inside. I love nonfiction. However, as you saw, they are heavy. And I've never read them. The problem is, I can't just go put these in a little free library somewhere. I don't think someone would read them, and I would love this collection to stay together. So here's what I think I'm gonna do. I'm going to release my attachment to these books that I have never read, and I'm going to list them in a Buy Nothing Facebook group. And if somebody wants them and wants the whole collection for any reason, I will give it to them. If nobody wants it, then I will keep it. Cool? Cool. Glad we're on the same page. Oh, now I need to put these in the other pile. It's time to talk about another book that I love, but I love it so much that I'm going to pass it on. This is Lion Boy by Zizou Corder. This is definitely a young adult, like middle school level book, but it is so precious. It is about a young boy named Charlie who can speak to cats. It's a trilogy, and I love all 3 books. This is one I want to go put in a little free library because I think that if some middle schooler or even adult, to be honest, can pick this book up and get some joy out of it, that would make me so happy. So it's gonna go in the go pile. I'm standing up for a second because my knees hurt, but let's talk about 2 more books that I'm really torn on. This one is a copy of Aesop's Fables that has seen so many better days. And then this is Island of the Blue Dolphin. Look, Aesop's Fables they're literally, it's falling apart so poorly. Book I also loved, but I think for the same reason as Lion Boy, it is going to go in a little free library somewhere. I have got my use out of it, and I don't see myself rereading it often enough to justify keeping and paying for storage when the day eventually comes that I travel. I know the book I have to keep is this copy of Pride and Prejudice, mostly because I'm working on annotating it. I hated annotating books in school when it was required, but I'm starting to get into it now, and I'm really having a good time with it. Y'all, if I keep yapping about every single book in these piles, we're gonna be here for actually hours. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn this camera off, I'm gonna sort through the rest of these piles. I'll come back to tell you about a couple of books in our collection that I just really like, but other than that, we're gonna power through, and then we're gonna work on actually getting these books out of my house. There's another couple books in this pile that I really want to tell you about, and these are the Apothecary Diaries light novels. If you are an anime fan, you might be watching Apothecary Diaries Season 2 as it comes out, like I am every week, but you might not have seen the light novels. These are actual books, these are not manga, and they are also delightful, and they give a little bit more insight into the minds of some of the other characters. If you have watched Season 1 of the anime, that covers volumes 1 and 2 of the light novel, and if you're not an anime person, but you are interested in the idea of a young girl who is an apothecary, who knows plants and poisons, solving mysteries in an ancient China-esque scenario, you also might really enjoy these books. I have done it, about 10:40. It's done. I've sorted the books, and I am actually pretty proud with the progress. So let me show you what's going on. Here is the stack of 14 books that I know are going away. Now these are 15 more books, but these are ones I'm gonna check with JC first when he gets home. Because for real, if I can get 30 books out of this apartment right now, that'll be a huge win. The benefit to taking all of these books down and resorting them like this is I'm actually able to group them in a much more logical way. This is the stack of all the classics that we have. They were scattered all over the apartment, but now they're going to live together on the same shelf. Okay friends, I took a break, I had some lunch. This stack of books is ready to leave my home. There are a couple little free libraries nearby. I've never gone to them because the actual library is closer, but today we're gonna go on a little quest and see if I can stock up those little free libraries with some books. Let's go. All right, y'all, the first place that we're going is a little free library a couple neighborhoods over from my apartment complex. And I've never been over there before, so I hope it's not weird when I just like walk up to someone's front yard and put books in a box and then leave. Although I suppose that is exactly what a little free library is for to begin with. Okay, I wasn't gonna film me dropping off the books. I thought that might be kind of weird, but they have a Mr. Wizard frog, and I need to show you exactly what that means. This one is so cute. Okay, no, the ones I put in there earlier are gonna fall out. Let's see if I can... Oh gosh, it's all gonna fall. Look, there's a frog under here too. I guess they really like frogs. Okay. Such a beautiful day outside. I always think that I don't have any kind of seasonal depression, and then the second the temperature's above 60, I'm like, wow, this is who I am. I am a happy person normally, but not when it's cold.
Just made it to the second little free library. The problem I think I may run into is these books are probably just too tall, because as I drove past I saw it's like there's these little boxes stuck to somebody's fence. So I'm gonna drop off where the sidewalk ends and just hope that it fits into the box. Let's see, is there room? Okay, that's the kids one. I'll put this in the kids one. It's been a pretty successful, quick 20-minute expedition, and these last couple books I'm going to take home, and I'm going to wait until my husband gets back home, have him check his pile of books, and then I'll either do another round or I'll go and just take them to the thrift store. I just passed some kids who were dancing by the side of the street. They're selling shaved ice for $1, and the sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. I don't have anywhere to be. So let's find this place to turn around and go get some shaved ice. I'm so happy right now. I got the unicorn dust flavor, which is allegedly strawberry and watermelon. You have a bite. Well, I'm gonna eat my ice and head home. I think today has been a super productive, helpful day. And as soon as JC okays that stack of books at home, I'll make another trip out to the Ark, and that'll be 30 books unhauled from my bookshelves today. It has been really productive, not as hard as I thought it would be, and I got a little bonus treat. So thank you for coming with me on this trip, and I'll see you soon.